Mr. Lord Video 1 is back.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video. So this is on the Aether 2, and since there has been the issue of, it's hard for me to do all the stuff in one video for it, I just went to different stuff and did it all. I've marked all the bosses and found pathways to them. And this is the bronze dungeon. I'm not sure if there's any other dungeons that are in the game right now. There are a few mobs that I'll be covering later on when I enter the boss room, but right now, hold on, actually, that mini-map's covering up some stuff. But basically, there we go. But basically, up in the top right corner, you see there are 3 keys and a 0 next to them. Each of those, you need 5 of any of those keys. Basically, if you have in the first slot you have 2, in the second slot you have 2, in the last slot you have 1, you can open up the boss door. You need 5 in all. And that is how you get through the dungeon. Then you just go up to the main boss door, which is over there, which I'll show you guys in a bit. But basically, you have 3 different types of bosses right now. If I go into survival here, this is what the slider host mimic looks like. And he's a bit of a pain because those guys, he summons more than one. They act like a normal slider, and they'll hit you. Put on that. Basically here I've got gravitite, regen, more gravitite and all that, and I've got basically all the stuff you would need to probably beat a bronze dungeon, because gravitite is very helpful with the final boss. So once I defeat him, you'll see from the top right corner of my screen there's going to be a little red key that now has a 1 by it, and that means that I have defeated that boss. And this is the bronze door. You right click that with the 5 keys. You can also right click it, but I found a problem within creative mode that it does not work. Alright, so we're gonna defeat the next boss, which is a little different. He doesn't auto aggro, and he's called the Sentry Guardian, and he's a little bit of a pain because the things he summons right there, they kind of stick into the floor. I think it's only though because of the fact that the game is not able to support summoned enemies like that. There we go, there are the sounds. There's another one of these guys and stuff so you can hear them. Now there is one of the bosses I haven't shown you yet, and he is a little buggy as for he does not attack. There you go. I'm using the gravitite armor special ability there, which is why I'm jumping so high. I'm going down so slow because of the Valkyrie cape. Oh my god. This is getting a little hard. Once you defeat him though, you get another key. Those guys are a bit of a pain. Let me eat some food. And let's get back into creative mode, and we can fly off to the other bosses, the cog boss. I'm not sure that's his official name. I just kind of typed what I remembered, but there's the cog boss. There's the other slider boss, if I just quickly kill him. Now, the reason with the cog boss is I haven't seen him attacking me yet. Now, I think that's another bug. I'm not 100% sure if when they're gonna fix it, but if I go back into survival, I hit him, he does nothing. He doesn't try to attack me. So if I just kill him, I'll get another key, and I'll be 1 away from opening the boss door. There we go. So now I have another key. There's usually 1 cog boss and 2 of the sentry bosses and 2 of the slider bosses, but I haven't really come across any other solution of the cog boss. Yes, there's one of the new guys. He throws that block at you, but he doesn't do damage. I think that's another bug. If I can get to this last sentry boss, if I remember correctly. So I went to that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, so from the door, you go this way. There we go. And just go straight down. Here's our final sentry boss. Let's go back to survival. So yeah, he just sounds the same. So if we just quickly defeat him. Don't like that cobblestone. So there we go. Now if we head off to the final location, which is the bronze door, we're gonna open up in survival because I think it's not working very well. We got our full set of armor here. We're gonna need that. We won't need that torch. We're gonna put it in there. Yeah, NEI doesn't work in the message, so you have to open up it in creative mode. So if we grab an empty hand, right click, bam, here's our boss. He's the normal slide dungeon boss. He does damage you, even though not high growth. He does walk you in, and there's a bit of a lighting glitch. Yeah, I'm on bright. So if we attack him, there are these things that are summoned. Now he does move pretty fast. Now if we quickly defeat his allies, it'll make our lives easier. He still does go red when he's low in health. He's just a lot more of a pain in this version. As you can see, he's trying to beat us up here. But if we take him out using full gravity armor, which makes our lives a little easier. There is some music playing while I'm talking over it, which I'm going to turn up. There we go. So now you can only hear the music playing. He is a bit of a pain to defeat with just Gravitite. As you can see, he is taking a little damage, but he is the final boss, not a mini boss, which is what the other three are. Now, if we just kind of beat him up here and hopefully kill him, I'm actually going to go creative mode, and I'm going to show you guys what he is in his final state. This will just make our lives a little easier in killing him. You can't even destroy dungeons. Dungeon entering system. You'll know it's a dungeon because there's a bunch of buildings sticking out, or you hit a unbreakable block no matter what. Even in creative mode, you cannot break this block. I think what it does is you break it, but it regenerates itself almost instantaneously. And here we are getting down to his final moments of life. He is now red. So if we now quickly switch over to survival and we get out of his way. He is now increased speed, he is now a lot faster, and he's a lot more of a pain to kill. His minions obviously have doubled since we've killed them a lot, and he does spawn them in over time, which is why there's a lot of them. But I mean, if we were to continue fighting him, as you see, he got us pinned in a corner, which isn't too good because he's now going to rape us in it. But if we can get out of that corner and we can try and take him out without those sentry guys beating us up. As you can tell, I can barely get not hit by him. He is very fast. You can't even eat without him hitting you. He is very fast. I think he's a little overpowering just because he can move really fast. But I guess this is what the mod creators intended him to be, is really fast, so it's hard to take him out. But as he is in his final glimpses of life, once I kill these guys so they're not pissing me off while attacking. So once I take him out, right here, he drops all this epic loot. He dropped a hammer notch, some Neptune stuff, and a bronze key. Now, as you can see at the top of my screen, it is now saying dungeon ending in 50 minutes or so. That is when you'll be forced out of the dungeon. Now, I'm not sure if there is a set of chests anywhere for you to loot. I have never found a chest in any of these dungeons. I'm not sure if that's a bug or whatever. But, I mean, I got a regen stone, I got some Neptune armor, and I got a bronze key. And a dexterity cape, which I have no idea what it does still. And a hammer notch. And now I'll be going over the hammer notch in the later video where I describe what happens in the world and, you know, the nighttime, daytime cycle, and all of that stuff later on, and some other stuff around the dungeon I'll be reviewing when I'm finished with this dungeon. as we go out of the dungeon, you would find, so if you're trying to enter a dungeon, you'd find one of these doors. And then you'd come up to the door and you'd go, I want to, right click on it and it pops up this message. You then hit enter and you'd go through the menu. But now since I've already conquered it, as you can tell right there, if you just found the dungeon, it'll say available. If you're in a multiplayer server, it'll say in progress when people are going through as a raid party or whatever, or it'll say conquered, available, in progress, or conquered. Now, in the dungeon menu, when you right click on it, you can choose the name of your dungeon raid. You can choose the type of thing it is it private, open, whatever you want it to be. If it's a private, people can join, or you have to invite them to join them for them to be able to join, is my understanding. Or it's like a party thing where your party's the only one allowed in. But if I come around here and find some of the dungeon, well, I'll continue talking on the dungeon setup where you can, from there, if you find one of those doors and you want to leave, you can then tell it that you want to leave the room by just right-clicking on it, and it'll ask you if you want to leave. You can leave 3 times, and once you've left 3 times the dungeon, you can no longer go back out of the dungeon. You have to defeat the boss and leave. So do be prepared if you're going to do that. Sorry, I'm yawning. I believe that is all of the mobs that I find in the dungeon. So if I quickly go into and grab the set, and the Book of Lore does not work, you cannot find out what stuff does, but if we grab a Sentry Golem, this is one of the things that I showed you. Here's a Sentry Guardian, there's a Battle Sentry, it kind of sticks in the ground. Here's a Detention, I'm not sure, there's a Mimic, one of the Treasure Golem. Now, actually, if I go away real quick and turn off all my sound, because those guys are a pain, and they're very loud. There's a news upper, which we'll be covering later. Alright, so if I spawn one of these guys and grab my sword, switch into game mode survival, these guys give you nausea and they lock you onto them, so you can only view them, as you can tell. My sight is locked on. I have nausea and slowness. They make you slower. They do lock you onto them, so you can only see them. They are a bit of a pain at first, like if you're fist fighting, but otherwise they're pretty easy to kill, although they can make you very sick, as if there are more than one. And then once you defeat, your nausea will slowly disappear, and you'll be thankful that it did, because then you can see and travel. All those mobs, though, that you can find within the dungeon have a spawner, which you must destroy before more spawn in as well. Each spawner has at least 1 to 4 chests surrounding it, with mostly Zanite and bronze. And, like, you find a lot of Zanite pickaxes and Zanite armor. I believe that is all for the bronze dungeon. There is no other dungeon far as I know. I will be releasing a world type of dungeon later on in this video, or later on in my videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, the mod is in the download description. Subscribe, like, comment, and like. That's what I was forgetting. And well, I'll see you guys later. That's weird. The cloud like sucked me into it. Alright, I'm gonna end when I get a nice drop into it. Not hitting. Oh, nice. Alright, thank you guys for watching.